Hey everybody, welcome to class. It's Dakota, and today I have a nice balancing hip flow for you. So you're going to have plenty of chances to open up your hips while you're balancing. So I'm going to throw you in some poses and some spots you've never been in before, hopefully, so we can get some more active flexibility in our hips. So that's really the goal today. So I hope you enjoy. We're going to meet in child pose. So we're going to meet in child pose, and our knees are going to be wide here. So widen them out, maybe mat width apart. As you walk your chest and hands forward, and we're just going to drop the forehead down and find a few breaths here. And I want you to breathe deeply in through the nose, breathing into the low stomach, the low back. And just exhale, let it go, the nose or mouth. Just arriving here on your mat. 2 more breaths, just like that, breathing deeper in through the stomach. Again, we're just arriving to our practice today, arriving to this moment right now. Giving ourselves thanks for hopping on the mat, and I'm going to give you thanks for flowing with me today. It's going to be a fun one. Find one more exhale here. All we're going to do is gaze forward. As you inhale, roll up into your seal pose. This is all one big inhale. Reach the chest and chin up. And as you exhale, send the hips right back into child pose. One more of those. Inhale, roll it forward. Just sort of opening up the hips. And exhale, send it back. Now we're going to do circles with the hips, just lubricating the hips. So inhale, go up to the right. Big circles with the hips. As you exhale, we go back to the left. One more circle this direction. Breathing, inhaling, just feeling the lubrication of that SI joint. Really getting the hip flow warming up. Let's switch directions. Inhale up to the left. Just feeling good, the fluidity coming into the body. Exhale back to the right. One more circle this direction. Just feeling good now. Feel nice and juicy. Inhale, let's roll straight forward into your up dog. This time pick up the knee. As you exhale, come into your down dog. Just pedal it out here for a moment. Maybe a couple breaths. You need to wiggle out the legs, wiggle out the hips. Maybe do so, maybe shake the chest left and right. As always, first down dog, just exploring the body, seeing how it feels. For your last exhale here in down dog. We're going to gaze forward, jumper step to the top of the mat. Just inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward. Wonderful. Inhale, stand up all the way. Reaching up to the ceiling or sky if you're outside. And exhale, folding forward all the way down. As you inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. And exhale, down dog. Wonderful. Inhale, right foot comes up. Still a little bit more warm up before we start flowing. Exhale, bend the knee, roll the hip open to the left here. Find a breath or two, finding space in this right hip area. So press through this right hand, reach that right knee up and away, keeping the lower navel tucked, helping you give that internal sensation of reaching through the low stomach and hip area. And then keep that sensation as you do big circles with this right knee. So big knee circles, maybe 3, both directions. And just feel your hips loosen up. So this is an active movement. You're using a lot of hip muscles to move that knee, but you're still rolling it around, getting that blood flow activated in the spine. In the hips. Wonderful. Drop that right foot down when you're ready. Inhale, bring the left foot up. As you exhale here, bend the knee, roll the hip open. Same thing, couple breaths, reaching through that left side body. Can you find just a little bit of space right above where that left hip bone is? And right below it where you feel the hip flexor and a psoas, maybe get a little stretch. And then find your big knee circles. Feeling good. Oh, I love these so much. Going both directions. So once you find 3, switch directions. Maybe seeing how this side feels different than the last side. Awesome. And whenever you're done, we're dropping that left foot down. Pedal it out. Feeling warm through the hips already? I know I am. I got this room set to 77. I love it. Awesome. One breath here in a still down dog. We're going to start flowing. Hoping you're ready. Find your exhale. As you inhale, let's reach this right foot back up, three-legged down dog. As you exhale, step that foot down in between the hands. We're gonna inhale up into our lunge pose. And we're gonna exhale, bring hands to heart center, lean forward, come into your warrior three. Pausing here, 2 breaths, just to warm up this right leg a little bit. Keeping the chest upright, kicking that left foot back, feeling firm and strong here. And on the next inhale, we're gonna micro bend this right knee, lift ourselves all the way up into our mountain pose. Pausing here for a breath. Let me get this hair out of my mouth. Got it. And from here, we're gonna hug this left knee into the heart. So wrap around this left knee, hug it up. Reach from this right foot, reaching the left knee as far away from the right foot as you can. Think pigeon pose. If you want to, you can even grab this ankle and give a little twist like pigeon. Breathing here, finding that gazing point that's comfortable for you. Keeping steady gaze, steady breath, and steady pose. One more inhale. As you exhale, we're gonna kick this foot back into our warrior three. Nice and steady, keep your balance. Drop that left foot slowly, inhale, lunge pose. And as you exhale, we're gonna turn into a warrior two. Open up to the left side. As you inhale, we flip the right hand, reach it up, reverse. And as you exhale, find your side angle pose, just for a breath or two. Maybe the elbow comes to the knee, maybe the right hand comes all the way to the ground. Breathing here, reaching through this left side body, getting long as you can from the hand to the foot. And if you aren't here already, go ahead and bring your right hand to the ground. We're gonna step this right foot back, coming into a side plank here. Take a breath here, squeezing in the obliques here, the side ribs, like you're trying to squeeze an orange or something, just rinse it out. Stay strong here in the side body. We're gonna pick this left knee up again. So, think pigeon pose, one more time. Hug that knee in. As high as you can, get that knee away from the right foot, staying strong here in your right arm, balancing, but reaching the left knee away from that right foot. One more inhale. As you exhale, bring that knee all the way to the top of the mat and set it down. Come to our actual pigeon. Inhale, reach the chest up. Maybe wiggle here, get comfortable. And then we're gonna find an exhale, forward, forward. So find whatever forward, forward works for good for you. Maybe you're just on your forearms here. Maybe you got blocks. It's really about dropping the belly button forward. Once you get the belly button to drop forward, feel that nice stretch in your left leg. Then you can let the chest maybe and the head fall down. Breathing here, one more breath. I should have added in maybe you curl in the right toes. You can pick up this right knee, make it a little bit more intense. For some of you, you might like that. For your last breath. Wonderful. As you inhale, we're coming all the way up. Reach the chin and chest up. As you exhale, tuck that knee into your heart. And then inhale, reach it back up, three-legged down dog. Exhale, down dog. Good job. And as you inhale, bring your left foot up this time. As you exhale, step that foot down in between the hands. And as you inhale, reaching up into your lunge pose. We exhale, hands to heart center, lean forward, warrior three. Pausing here, 2 breaths. Just to get a little warmth in that left leg. Keep your chest reaching forward here. Right foot sticking back. We're firm through the body, balancing is easy. Go ahead and micro bend that left knee, inhale. Bring it all the way up, mountain pose. As you exhale, let's hug this right knee into the heart, reach it up. Pausing here and breathing. Keep that steady gaze. It's everything when it comes to balancing. Being comfortable with where you're gazing at. It's called a drishti in yoga. You got the external drishti where you're staring at. And then you got your internal drishti, which is your breath. Usually your ujjayi breath, that slight whisper in the back of your throat. Finding your last inhale here. Good job. Exhale, send it back, warrior three. Balancing all the way there. Inhale, drop it down slowly, reaching up, lunge pose. As you exhale, come to your warrior two. Inhale, flip the left hand and reverse this pose. And then exhale, find your side angle pose. Maybe elbow to knee. Maybe you're all the way on the ground. Reaching over top with that right hand. Again, get long to this right side body. Pressing through the outer edge of that right foot. Reaching long with the right hand. One more inhale. Wonderful. As you exhale, left hand comes down to the mat, left foot steps back. So we're in a side plank here. You see how I'm wrapping my triceps underneath? It's all engaged here right into my shoulder, my side body, and I'm crunching in my side ribs. Those obliques. Lift up that right knee if you're comfortable. Squeeze it in here. Staying strong here in the left arm, but pulling the right knee up away from the left foot. Get some hip opening sensation here. One more inhale. And as you exhale, slowly bring that knee to the top of the mat. Setting it down to your pigeon pose. Inhale, reach the chest up, make sure your hips are good and comfy. And at your own pace, exhaling into your forward fold. This can be however you want, of course. Whenever we come into our final, resting poses where we take 5 breaths to feel the stretch, you can always find whatever variation works for you. So again, maybe here you're curling in the left toes, picking up that left knee, adding a little stretch to that left psoas. Maybe reaching this right knee forward away from that leg, you make an active stretch. So many things you can do here in these hip openers. One more breath. You gotta love pigeon. On your next inhale, coming up, bringing your chest and chin up. As you exhale, curling that knee to your heart, tuck it in. Inhale, 3-legged down dog. And exhale into your down dog. One breath, just pedal it up. Feeling good in the hips. Every round, we're just gonna get a little deeper. A little bit harder balance, of course. Wonderful. Let's inhale, reach that right foot up to the ceiling. As you exhale, plant it down in between the hands. Inhale, come into your lunge pose. And exhale, hands to heart center, warrior 3. Just one breath, one movement. Inhale, coming up into your mountain pose. And here, a little bit harder this time. We're gonna exhale. You can either grab this outer edge of the left foot with the left hand and pull up like so. So I'm in a position to where my chest is still upright. Just pull my knee to the side. Think dragon pose here. It's baby dragon or lizard, I forget what it's called. There's so many names for each pose. But if you're here and you're comfortable and you're like, oh, this isn't a big deal. My left knee's up here, away from this right foot. I feel a little hip opening, but I can do more. Maybe you sneak this left arm underneath and take your bind. And you can always use the right hand to that foot to help sneak that left shoulder through before you take your bind. And if you find it, we're gonna find 2 more breaths. Wherever you're at, keeping that balance, keeping your chest upright. Maybe straighten out this leg if you're in this pose. Oh, I ain't got the flexibility yet. Wonderful, slowly come out. On your next exhale, find your warrior 3. Inhale, drop that left foot slowly, reaching up lunge pose. Exhale, warrior 2. Flip the right hand, inhale, reverse it. And then exhale, come straight into that side plank. So step that right foot back right away. Reaching up this left hand. This time, same thing. We're gonna grab this foot. Grab the big toe maybe, or the outside of the edge of the foot. I like the big toe. And we're reaching it up here. So you might notice this is very active for your side body to keep the knee up here. Reach that left knee away from the right foot. Just do your best. One more breath. I'm challenging you. And then slowly bring that foot to the top of the mat. Drop the right knee down. We're in dragon pose here. Inhale, reaching up. And then exhale, find a comfortable position to where your left foot is right on the outside of that left hand. And I'm gonna curl on my right toes, pick up my right knee here. So if you are comfortable here, this might be where you stop. But if you can go a little bit further, maybe drop the elbows down, forearms down. Breathing here. And keep it active. If this still is like, I can go a little bit more, just make it active. Reach this left knee up away from the right heel. Can you feel some internal lengthening in this pose? Gotta love it. One more breath. On your next inhale, slowly make your way up back onto your hands. Reach your chest forward. Exhale, bring that knee into the heart, tuck it in. Inhale, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, down dog, good job. Inhale, left foot reaches high this time. Right back into it. Exhale, step that foot down in between the hands. Inhale, come up into your lunge pose. Exhale, hands heart center, warrior 3. Breathing, inhale, come into your lunge. Mountain pose, come up. And from here, left hand, left hip, maybe grab the big toe or outer edge of the foot. Come up into your dragon pose. So you're just sort of coming in the same pose we're going to end in, but we're balancing here first. If last side was comfortable and you took your bind, you can take your bind here. Find it. Square up your chest. Once you're comfortable, maybe straighten out that right leg. Breathing, one more breath. Steady pose, steady breath, steady gaze. Always, all 3 of those. On your next exhale, slowly let go of the bind. Kick that right foot back, slowly, warrior 3. Inhale, drop it down. Lunge, pose, reaching up. Exhale, take your warrior 2. Flip the left hand, inhale, reverse it. Feeling warm now. Exhale, left hand come straight to the ground. Step the left foot back. Side plank here. And as you inhale, again, keep the side plank, keep the side crunched here, picking up the right knee. You feel the demand coming here. I know you do. If the last pose was too hard, hug the knee. If you're able to, get that outer edge of the foot. Again, pull it up to the side. You feel it opening to the hips. A lot of demand for the shoulders at the same time. One more breath. And slowly exhale, bring it to the top. Step it down. Find an inhale, open up the heart first. And then exhale, bring your hands flat. The right foot right to the outside of the right hand. Maybe you're here, you pause. Maybe you pick up that left knee. Breathing here. Start to reach that right knee away from the left heel. And finding your final position. Maybe the forearms drop down. Maybe you go lower. Maybe your final position is a little bit deeper than this. Wherever it is, we're breathing a few breaths. Trying to find that internal engagement at the same time. So here, gravity's helping us open up our hips. But we're putting in extra work to reach the knee forward, reach the heel back. One more breath. Wonderful, go ahead and drop the knee. Inhale, come up back onto the hands. Exhale, tuck that knee into the heart, really squeeze it in. Inhale, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, down dog. Find a few breaths. Pedal it out, feeling better through the hips every time. A little bit more loose. Oh, feeling good. Find a still down dog for your last breath. We got one more sequence. Hardest one yet. We got this. Inhale, reach the right foot up to the ceiling. As you exhale, step the foot down in between the hands. Inhale, lunge pose. Exhale, take your warrior 3. Inhaling up into your mountain pose. And this time we exhale, right hand to right hip. I'm gonna give you guys a good view. Left hand to left big toe. So if this is too hard and you can't straighten out this leg coming into this pose right here, just grab the knee. Keep the knee here for the whole sequence we're about to do. So either knee or the big toe. Bring it out in front of us for one breath. Keep that chest square. Find your gaze where it's comfortable. And we're gonna bring this to the left. If you were good here, we're gazing to the right. The hardest part of this pose is changing the gaze, believe it or not. One more breath here. And we're coming back to the center. We're gonna switch hands. Right hand's gonna come either to that knee or the outer edge of the foot. We're gonna reach this left hand to the back of the room. Find your, find this pose, make sure you're balanced, and then you change your gaze to the back thumb of the left hand. Such a hard gaze. Just doing the best you can. Keeping your balance with that right foot. One more breath here. Good job. Inhale, keep that left foot where it is. Come back to the front, reach both hands up. And as you exhale, kick that leg back into your warrior 3. We slowly drop that foot down as you inhale, come into your lunge pose. As you exhale, come to your warrior 2. Inhale, reverse it. And then exhale, bring your right hand to the mat right away. Step the right foot back to meet the left foot. Side plank here. What we're gonna do, you know where we're going. We're gonna grab this big toe. As always, find whatever variation works with you, but we're gonna straighten that leg up to the ceiling first. 2 breaths. Very demanding, but you feel a nice little hamstring stretch for the left leg. Wonderful. Slowly bring it back to the middle. We're just gonna keep the knee to the chest, bring the left hand to the ground, swivel on to the right foot on the other side. So we're coming into a side plank on the left side. We're gonna grab this outer edge of this left foot now. Same thing here, and straighten it out. Breathing here. Give you guys a good view. It's a hard pose, but we got the twist now. So you're breathing, staying strong on the left side, while you keep the twist. Feel a nice stretch on the left side, the outer edge of the left leg. Wonderful. Maybe you pull it into a nice little arm balancing hold here, little full split action. But we're coming into our full split next. So guide that left foot to the top of the mat, slowly. And we're coming into our full splits now. Whew. Feeling good. This is the peak pose of this flow. So squaring up the hips, just taking your time to get comfortable here. This is a good one to use blocks under that left hip. I don't have any here right now. But once we're here, we're finding 3 more breaths. So what I want you to play around with here, something if you haven't before, is a little bit of cat-cow. So bring your hands down to where they're comfortable out in front of you. Maybe inhale, feel the belly button drop, chest lift up. And exhale, curl. Inhale, open up. Be small movements. Exhale, curl. This just lets you move around the pelvic floor while you're in this pose. Awesome. After that last exhale, slowly tuck that left knee back into the chest underneath. Squeeze it in. Inhale, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, down dog. Good job. 1 breath here, pedal it out. Feeling good, some hard poses, but they're fun. On your next inhale, let's reach this left foot up to the ceiling. Exhale, stepping that foot down in between the hands. Inhale into your lunge pose. Exhale, take your warrior 3. Inhale, reach it up, mountain pose. And pause here. Left hand to left hip. Right hand, grab the big toe. Straighten it out. Or the knee, whichever is comfortable for you, and find that gaze. Get comfortable here. Balancing poses are my favorite. That's why I do so many handstands. Just make you feel good when you get the balancing sensation going. Let's bring that right foot to the right and gaze to the left when you're ready. Just challenging yourself with the gaze. If you're feeling really good, close your eyes. It's the hardest one. And coming back to the center nice and slowly. Switching hands. Left hand to the outer edge of the knee or foot. Reach the right hand to the back of the room. Switch your gaze when you're comfortable. And you feel steady. Not compromising your breath, keeping full sensational breaths. Even and balanced. 1 more breath here. Feeling that twist through the midsection. Keep the right leg still as you come back to the front. Inhale, reach both hands up. As you exhale, kick that right foot back, warrior 3. Good job. Inhale, drop the right foot down, lunge pose. And as you exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, flip the left hand, reach it high. And as you exhale, come straight into a side angle pose. Side plank pose. Step the left foot back. We're here in side plank. You know where we're going. Grab that knee or big toe and reach that foot up to the ceiling. So right here, it's such a demanding pose, especially if this is like sort of your edge and your flexibility. I know it is for me. Feel a nice hamstring stretch. Left shoulder is very demanding. 1 more breath. So go ahead and bend at the knee. Right hand comes to the ground. Swivel the body, turn it to the left. So now we grab the outer edge of the right foot with the left hand. Come to that twist pose. Here, balancing, breathing, Again, feeling that nice stretch in the outer edge of that right leg. Oh, it feels good. One more breath. Maybe you find, your cute little arm balancing pose, a little split arm balancer. And we're gonna slowly bring this right foot to the top of the mat. Drop the left knee down, come into our full splits on this side. Whew. Once you're there, find just a couple breaths to get comfortable. Sometimes it takes some time, square up the hips. And we're gonna do the same thing here, some cat-cow. So even if your belly button just moves a centimeter, that's okay. We're just playing around with the pelvic floor. So on your inhale, drop the belly button forward, reach the chest up. As you exhale, curl and round. Tuck the tailbone in. Inhale, open. And exhale, curl. Inhale, last one. Exhale, curl. Inhale. And we're just going to exhale, slowly tuck this foot back in under you and squeeze the knee into your heart. Inhale, three-legged down dog. Exhale, down dog. Good job. 5 breaths. 5 full breaths. Maybe pedal out the hips at first. And that feels good. Woo, I'm sweating now. I'm glad I turned it up to 77. We're almost in spring here in Ohio, and I'm so happy. I woke up this morning with the birds chirping. Such a good vibe. So find your breath and down dog, ending with an exhale. Wonderful. We're gonna step this right foot in between the hands and walk the hands over to the left, just coming to a wide-legged stance. Just making sure you're pointed towards the camera. And find an inhale, halfway lift here. Dropping the belly button around, reaching the chest forward. And then exhale, it's coming to a forward fold. I like to slightly point my big toes inward for these. You can do whatever works best for you. If your head is touching the ground, though, bring your feet a little bit more close together so you can really dig into this forward fold, dropping the belly button down, lifting the hip bones, feeling that nice stretch in the back side of the legs and the hamstrings. Just breathing through that one more round of breath. Wonderful. On your next inhale, hands back under you, halfway lift up. We're gonna point the left foot outward, and as you exhale, go into that left side. So we're gonna do side lunges here. So just make sure this knee goes directly over the toes, keeping this knee safe. So you can always stay up onto the big toes here. Some of my students have to do that, and that's perfectly fine. But if you can drop the heel down, drop it down. And from here, we have 2 options. We either sneak this left arm under the left knee, and maybe inhale, reach this right hand up, feeling that right hip drop down, feel some sensation here in this right side body, and you might even take your bind here. So breathing here, twisting the chest over, so finding either of those options that work for you. And once you feel good, like you're in this pose, for your last breath, really extend that heel out away from you, make it an active stretch, dropping this hip crease down, this right side. Just feeling more sensation in that hamstring. Wonderful. On your next exhale, let go of the bind. Come back up. And as you exhale, come to the right side, bending into that right knee. 1 or 2 options. Maybe sneak the right hand underneath. So we open up here. And if you want to, again, you take your bind here as well. Whatever works best for you. And again, once we're here and we find our position to where we feel, nice hip opening sensation, mostly for this bottom left hamstring. If you still feel good, try to start reaching your left heel away. Maybe engage this quad a little bit to reach the hamstring longer and deepen this left hip crease back and down more. That's where it gets juicy. 1 more breath here. Ending with an exhale. And we're just going to inhale, come back up to the center, halfway lift. And as you exhale, walk back into that front foot. Take your vinyasa, just a little cleansing vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Wonderful. However you want to, we're going to make our way to our seated pose. So maybe jump through the hands, maybe you just sit down. We're coming to a seated posture. And our feet are out in front of us, just a foot ahead of our sit bones. And our hands are about a foot behind our sit bones, fingers pointing away. On the inhale, let's reach the hips up to the ceiling and drop the chin back as you exhale. 5 big breaths here. A lovely rejuvenating pose. So just keep the hips lifting and maybe even do some rocks here to give some love to the shoulders and hands. Just a nice pose to give a little bit of effort before we lie onto our back and go towards more passive poses. Just one more breath here. Ending with an inhale. As you exhale, slowly sit the hips down, lie onto your back, and come into your happy baby pose. So here, making sure the tailbone doesn't come up like so. Make sure you keep them sacrum flat, like you're trying to drop the tailbone down, reaching the low back long. Pull the knees to your side. And happy baby can definitely be a little hip opener in itself. You know, all you gotta do is widen out the feet a little bit, and I feel a nice little groin stretch here. So if you want to, maybe pick one leg to straighten out, one leg bent. Maybe give it a couple breaths. That could be a good option. Just to end with the last little bit of stretches for the inside of the legs. Maybe switch legs for a couple breaths. Just breathing. Oh, that feels good. And whenever you're ready, come back to your happy baby, your regular happy baby, last breath. And from here, all we're going to do is bring the soles of the feet together and drop the heels right next to the sit bone. So the closer to the sit bone, the more intense this little stretch is going to be for reclined butterfly. And if it ever gets too intense, just send your feet away from your sit bones. It's always an option. We're going to do 3 rounds of full yogic breath here. Some breath work. This is solely optional. But I hope you join me. Makes you feel really good. So let those knees be heavy. Let's let our full focus be on our breath. So syncing our breath together first with a big inhale, breathing as much as you can, filling up your lungs, your chest, your collarbones. And then exhale it all out. So let it all go. Give a little push at the end, making sure you're fully clear, ready for new rounds of breath. Wonderful. Ready for round 1. Inhale the stomach first. Then the low chest. And then the upper chest. Wonderful. Feeling the exhale come slowly and controlled. Letting it go at your own pace, nice and slow. Round 2, inhaling the stomach first. Then your low chest. Then filling up your upper chest, feeling your collarbones get broad, really pulling in as much as you can. And once you reach the top, slowly exhale. Letting it go slowly and feeling that blissful feeling as you let it go. For our 3rd round today, it's going to be at your own pace. So drawing in those 3 parts of breath at your own pace, as deep as you'd like. And on the exhale, let it be the slowest one yet. It's very graceful. And at the bottom of that exhale, you can bring your hands to your sides. And you can enjoy this as your final pose today. But if you'd like to, of course, you can straighten out your legs coming into your Shavasana. And as always, you can stay here for as long as you need. Just enjoying your practice, enjoying all that work you put in for these relaxation poses. And I want to say thank you for sharing your practice with me. Until next time, namaste.